gentlemen, friends, we are welcoming you today at the Energy Center for the exhibition Donbass, War and Peace and Women at War. We are very proud to have you here today and willing to know more about the situation in Ukraine and the challenges and risks our country and Europe faces nowadays. It is my honor to have Presidential Commissioner on Peace Settlement in Donetsk and Luhansk areas and Chairman of the Parliament's European Integration Committee, Irina Gerashchenko, as well as Maria Ionova, Deputy Chairman of the European Integration Committee of the Parliament. And of course, we are very delighted to have Minister Lidegård with us, as well as the chairperson of the Ukrainian, Danish-Ukrainian charity fund, Help Ukrainske, Lesa Ignatit Eriksson. So let me give the floor to Irina, then to His Excellency Minister Lidegård, and then we'll welcome you to see the exhibition. So Irina, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, friend. We are thankful to Denmark, to Danish government, and personally to the Minister of Foreign Affairs for holding to the solidary position of support to Ukraine. Today, the east of Ukraine is in war. Military and civilians are killed every day. Most affected are women and children. This is not a Ukrainian internal conflict. It is a war that is inspired from outside of Ukraine. We have the evidence. Please, I'm sorry. Я хвилююся, дозвольте мені, будь ласка, говорити українською, бо я іноземна, це французька.
Okay, so Irina would like her to apologize because she is pretty nervous, so that's why it would be easier if I could help her with the translation.
Це не є внутрішній український конфлікт, це привнесений конфлікт ззовні.
So it's important to say that this is not the internal conflict in Ukraine, but this is the conflict of outside, external one.
І ви знаєте, ми маємо сотні фактів присутності на українській території російської зброї і російських регулярних частин армії.
And now we have got a lot of facts, actually 1,000 of facts that can say that Russian military troops and all those Russian persons are taking part and are involved in this conflict.
Ви знаєте, після кожного так званого гуманітарного конвою, а конвой – це терористичне слово, до речі, з Російської Федерації посилюються обстріли української території і вбивають українських дітей і українських жінок. Ми з Марією вбиваємо там щотижня, і ми бачимо ці жертви.
And as you know, after those Russian humanitarian convoys, as they say, the situation in Ukraine, in the eastern part of Ukraine, is much more escalating here. And because of those humanitarian convoys, thousands of people are killed and injured. Yeah, and Irina and her assistants are visiting that eastern parts of Ukraine almost every week, and they can see it with their own eyes.
Maria is my colleague, no my assistant.
Sorry, colleague.
Це жахливо, коли в 21 столітті ти бачиш жінок з відірваними ногами, коли ти бачиш понівечених дітей, яких вбили зі зброї сусідньої і начебто дружньої країни.
And you know, the most horrible thing here is to see and realize that all those people without legs and without arms, they have been injured by the Russia and by our neighbor, and it's almost impossible to believe.
Знаєте, я думаю, що весь світ, в тому числі і Данію, просто вразила ця трагедія під Волновахою, де терористи з російської зброї, так само як колись вони збили Боїнг, минулого тижня під Волновахою вбили 13 мирних громадян Росії. Тому що and Ukraine, no terrorism.
Yeah, and you know, we think that Denmark, like the rest of the countries, have been deeply impressed impressed by that act of terrorism that took place in Volnovakh, where 13 people were killed and many others were injured. And we are also thankful to the Denmark and to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to say that it's very helpful and nice to see that you are with us, yeah, and that you also say that I am Volnovakh.
Тут стоїть ще одна українська жінка Леся Литвинова, яка стала волонтером і разом зі своєю маленькою дитиною вони допомагають тим, хто потребує допомоги. А уявіть собі, 640 тисяч українців стали переселенцями. Це кожен сотий українець сьогодні втратив своє життя. І тому українські жінки сьогодні дуже допомагають тим, хто втратив дім.
And here also you can see a woman with a little child and who became a volunteer, and she is helping all those people, and now there is more than 6,000 refugees who have moved to the rest of Ukraine, and and she is helping all those family having a little child.
Я дуже прошу вас, дорогі колеги, щоб ви знайшли час, пройшли цю виставку, подивилися кожну фотографію, тому що кожне фото – це історія. Тут є фотографії вбитого журналіста Віктора Гурніка. В нього залишилось 2 малих дітей, і терористи вбили його в жовтні 2014 року.
And I ask all of you to take a look at all those photos and to know that there were many people killed, and one of them was a journalist, Viktor Gurnyuk, and he was killed by Russian separatists and left behind his wife and 2 little children.
Ukrainian president, Ukrainian government, Ukrainian people decide to speak. And thank you very much for your position. Thank you very much, the colleague, for your position. But Ukrainian decide this.
Thank you very much, Irina. And now, Minister, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Ambassador. Thank you, Irina, for the nice words. Thank you to all of you for coming here and for the arrangement of this exhibition. I think all of us who are watching TV these days, we see the conflict, we see the terrible situation that the Ukrainian society has been brought into, but we tend to look at this as a kind of geopolitical chess game, because that's the courage we get with the televisions. And we, as ministers in the EU, are of course watching into this very seriously, and we tend to forget what this is really about. Ukrainian people, a humanitarian catastrophe, which is now including 600,000 internal refugees, but also 600,000 more that has taken the flee to neighboring countries, almost 5,000 dead people, and I think that the pictures here shows that the victims of this conflict are real, and that the suffering of the Ukrainian society is terrible. And to show that, and to show the solidarity with you and the people, is exactly what this exhibition is all about. As you know, we have tried from the Danish side to contribute both economically with humanitarian aid, but also politically. But I think I speak on behalf of the whole Danish population that we feel with you, and we will be with you no more matter what will happen. And I think that all the people here gathered today is a very good example of that. I visited Ukraine many times
unfortunately, Russia falsified all the facts about what is going on in Ukraine. And that is why we would like to show just a piece of the truth, what we have there. And that is why it's really, each photo means a story. You will see here the children, the girl who is 3 years old, she was bited by the rats, because during 2 weeks she was sitting with her parents in the bomb shelter. You will see the 5-year-old boy who became gray. His hair became gray because he was not able to speak. But when Ukrainian soldiers came to Slavyansk, and the city is now under control of Ukrainian government, they started to negotiate with him, and they started to sing with him, and he started to talk. So that is why for us it's also, we have Irina is the author of one of the photos, for example, in mobile hospital, in the field, just in the field, no villages, it's like 30 kilometers from another village. Mobile hospital, where through this hospital, it's through the very old hospital, because we don't have another equipment. Through these hospitals, 4,000 soldiers came through these hospitals, and no one dead. So our doctors saved, and unfortunately that day when we come, we had such tragedy from Ilovaisk, and in that day we saw 108 wounded soldiers, and they were telling us that they went through this corridor, which like Russians confirmed, and they were killed, they were shooted, like not like a human. They were shooted like, you know, in the tear, like a gate. And that is why for us it's really deeply hurts, as it's like our brothers, yes, made it. And believe me, a lot of our soldiers, they have brothers, military, which are serving in Russian military army. And that is why it's also for them it's so hard. So thank you very much for your support, and I would like also to represent Lesa, who is now working with us. She is our advocate here also, one of the good advocates in Denmark, and she's helping us to deliver humanitarian help to occupied territory also, because we have our network and to the territory, conflict territory. Thank you very much for your attention, and we invite you to see the photos. There it is.